What's up guys, Riley from Hodson Motors here. We are doing a quick walk around today on our 1984 Chevy Blazer that we have put together for our next giveaway. For those of you who don't know who we are, here at Hodson Motors we build and restore and put together these really cool trucks, and then we give them away through our website hodsonmotors.com, where you can buy stuff and get entries in to win it. So 1984 Blazer, single headlight grille, brand new grille. We did a ton of work to this truck, a ton of brand new parts. From companies like Autometal Direct, Dashes Direct, LMC Truck, tons of great new parts like this. All this up front here is all brand new. So the brand new single headlight grille. I like the single headlight grille better. A lot of people like the dual headlight grille better. And a lot of people like the 90s grille with the little square headlights. That's my least favorite. This truck, when we bought it, was kind of a wreck. It was one of those Instagram deals. I bought it through an Instagram page called C10 Sales. The guy was like, yeah, dude, I got a 6.0 LS swapped Blazer, and I just need to get rid of it. And I was like, oh yeah, I was all over it. Like, this could be the deal of the century, And then it got here and it needed basically everything redone. So whatever, you win some, you lose some. This is a great truck, and because we've put so much work into it, I have grown to absolutely fall in love with it. This thing is like my baby now. Really, really, really cool. But when we got it, it had a 90s grille conversion done to it, although the truck is an 84. So we got rid of that core support, put in a correct 81 to 87 core support on it with the correct grille. I like the single headlight grille because I like these turn signals. They look really good, especially when lit up. They look freaking rad. Up in the front, all brand new. So brand new grille trim as well. And then these LED headlights from Off-Road LED Bars. We carry these on our website as well, hodsonmotors.com. If you need a set of these, they are crazy bright. And they make for night driving really nice. One of the things we didn't change were these chrome bumpers. They're in great, great, great original shape for chrome bumpers. So you guys know this. Original chrome lasts forever. If you have it, use it forever because new chrome sucks. Coming down the side, you'll notice this paint job. A dark, dark metallic gunmetal, but it looks so stinking good. Sterling, my right-hand man, detail specialist, polished the crap out of this thing, made it look like $1 million. Let's squat down here for a second, look at the meats. We got the big meats on her. These are 35-inch, brand new 35s on 17s by Milestar. These are their XT line. It's the quietest off-road tire I've ever heard on road. So let's be real, you're gonna drive this truck on the road for most of the time. Even if you do some off-roading, let's be real, that's maybe 5% of the time that you drive this vehicle. So these are great for on the street. They make no noise, almost passenger car quiet. But they're wrapped around some 17-inch American Racing Outlaw wheels. These look great, especially in this polished look. I think they match the 80s very well, and so they're a great, retro wheel. Looks really nice. In the suspension department, we've just got some nice Skyjacker Hydro Shocks. Really nice, rides great. But 4-inch lifts, so 4-inch lift spring in the rear, and then a nice tapered block from Superlift in the rear. Solid one-piece block, so really nice. As we're coming down the side, we've got all new chrome moldings that run along the side here. These are a bear to put on, and if you've seen people who have done it incorrectly, they're crooked or they've got massive gaps. We took like 8 hours putting these chrome moldings on to get them just like absolutely as perfect as humanly possible, but they look really nice. So we keep coming down the side, we did all new mirrors, new chrome lock strip in these windows, just to make this truck really pop. That dark metallic against the chrome looks really, really good. Lots of new things like new light bezels, new emblems. We restored those emblems. They were in great shape, they just need to be repainted. So we did a quick tutorial on our Instagram about how to restore those emblems and make them look like $1 million. They look great. Back here in the tailgate department, we did an absolute ton of work back here. This had an electric regulator that was stuck when we got it. So just getting the whole tailgate blown apart in the first place was really hard. But we got rid of the electric regulator and went to a manual regulator, which is 1,000 times better. These handles are really cool. They pop off like this, and then you got your handle. Roll your window down, and then your window, when you come back up, you get all the way back up in the slot, and when it gets up there, these handles are great because they've got enough play in them to rotate all the way like that and then snap back in place. So they're great. That looks like a lot of work just because I'm standing in an awkward position, but it's all new weather stripping, and so the window regulator is just working its way in and out of there. Back here, like I said before, original chrome bumpers, but they were in great shape. Same thing with this original tailgate cover. They're in great, great condition with just a little minor scratches, and you guys know if you've got original trim that's in great shape, save it because it fits way better than aftermarket stuff. Let's go hop inside because I think the inside is my favorite part of this thing. Here on the inside, I freaking love this thing. I think the majority of the work that we did on this truck, besides wiring, was interior. Brand new dash pad from Dashes Direct. These fit so good. We made an install video on these. This is super nice. Nice soft touch dash pad with all new trim. So like new trim, like new vent, new AC vents, new brushed aluminum trim on the dash, new gauge bezel, along with our Dakota digital gauges that we put in. Dakota digital, I can't be a big enough advocate for doing them in your builds because it is the simplest install. You can have accurate gauges for a couple $100, and they're super easy to install. Anybody with some wire strippers could do it. They're really not hard. Brand new steering wheel from Forever Sharp Wheels. Super nice leather wrap with the chrome. It just matches everything else in here. Fits in here perfectly with the little Chevy bow tie horn. And we've got a brand new retro sound radio, Bluetooth radio, so super nice as well, with the best Bluetooth on planet Earth. We've done a test, and we need to post it, but we've done a test that these things will hold Bluetooth for like 80 feet away from the car. It's crazy. I've never had Bluetooth work better than that. And then we've got brand new vintage air conditioning as well. Their SureFit kit, so it fits in the stock position. Looks so good. So the vintage air kit is the best. They're not a sponsor or anything. I paid for those parts 100%. I can't be a big enough advocate for it because their SureFit kit fits literally like perfect, like absolutely perfect. So super nice. Here in the interior department, Ian's Auto, our auto upholsterer here in Las Vegas, they did a great job on these seats. Gray vinyl on the sides, matches all the gray in the interior here. So a lot of this plastic, we repainted the interior trim. It was in great shape, so we repainted it with some SEM interior paint. It matches all of that, and it ties in well with the door panels. We've got matching carpet on the door panels, and then matching inserts here on the door panels that match the top, the headrest of these bucket seats. So they look great. Rear bench seat upholstered to match with the gray side panels down the sides of the back half of the cab that are upholstered to match these seats as well. So they look great. 8-point roll cage in here. Nice and safe for you. You know, it's an old truck and it's really pretty show quality, so I hope you guys don't go and whoever wins doesn't go thrash on it, but if they do, they've got a roll cage to protect themselves. And then you've got brand new seat belts from Retro Belt that are black and, you know, they're not beat up and crusty. Nobody likes crusty seat belts. It makes you feel like crap when you get an old truck. The interior is just to the nines. I love it in here. It's super comfortable. I love these bucket seats, and I love the tweed look to them. Very 80s, very retro, but very nice. Let's go check what's under the hood. So under the hood, we have a 6.0 LS engine. It's got a mild cam, nice and lumpy, but not too much. It still builds vacuum, so the brakes work great. But the truck runs phenomenally with a 700R4 automatic transmission paired to it, which I like. I like the 700R4. You know, if I was doing between a 4L60 and a 700R4, I'll take the 700 because you don't have to deal with as much wiring. Now, a 4L85 or 4L80, that's going to be beefier and really stout. Maybe that's a better option. But this with the 704 runs, drives excellently. You can do highway speeds. It's super nice. Here's our new core support. Looks great. I love a black core support, especially behind the grill, and everything black, like our black AC condenser behind the grill. It just makes the grill really pop, and I really like that. I can't say enough good things about Autometal Direct and these core supports. They fit freaking perfect, so they're super nice. But yeah, up here in the engine bay, we've just done we did our best to rewire everything and loom everything up really nice and tight. You'll see we tried to run, you know, one thick loom all through and all down the driver's side, but we replaced a whole ton of wiring, like headlight wiring and all that kind of stuff, so you're not getting a bunch of crusty crap in here. So it looks really nice, really clean under the hood. Totally something that whoever wins is going to be able to take this thing to a show and not be embarrassed at all. I think the thing is beautiful. Now, you guys got to understand, it's a giveaway truck, and so it's not going to be 100% nut and bolt restoration. I think there's something that's glaringly obvious in here, and it's that, you know, we didn't go smooth our firewall before we did all this stuff. That's just, you know, the factory firewall over you know, 40 years of it just kind of taking some beating and some weathering. The truck is absolutely rust-free. That's not an issue, but, you know, if you win this truck, you're going to get to a truck that's worth a ton of money and be light years ahead if you're going to start a project brand new. So maybe that's something that somebody else can pick up and take over. No classic is ever finished. And so we have to draw a line of where we're going to finish the classics before we can give them away. Something we love about all of our previous winners is that they've all stayed in touch with us as they've continued to adjust and make their vehicles their own after they've won them. So there's always going to be little imperfections here and there. No truck is perfect, and no classic is ever complete. I don't care if you've spent 300 grand for one of the top builders in the nation. That classic is always going to need tinkering. It's always going to need things fine-tuned. No truck is ever 100% done, and this is no exception. However, I do think it's a great head start. With that being said, let's go for a test drive. So we'll shut the hood and we'll take off. We're going to the gas station before we head up, but the truck really does drive, accelerates great. You know, it's an 80s Blazer, and so this thing is shaped like a brick and has the aerodynamics of a brick. It's actually surprisingly quiet in here. It's not super loud, even though it's, you know, it's got a cammed LS and just some Flowmaster exhaust underneath. It's still surprisingly quiet in here. It's not overly loud, not overly bearing, but you know, this thing is nice. It's quiet. It steers great. Brakes great. The brakes were something I was worried about as we were building this truck, because you never know until you really get out and go drive it. You never really know, am I going to make enough vacuum to have good brakes? Because even though you put a vacuum gauge on it, sometimes you're like, man, I have plenty of vacuum, but yeah, my brakes suck. The brakes work great, steers great. We obviously need an alignment. My steering wheel's, you know, 3 degrees to clock to the right, but no classic has ever done, and alignment is always, I swear, the last thing that anybody ever has any time for is to go do an alignment. Besides that, the truck is really nice and really comfortable to drive. Our fans kicked on and we're holding steady at 198 degrees, so you know, this thing is gonna be great to drive all year round. It's not like you're gonna not be able to drive it in the summertime or whatever. You'll always be able to drive this thing. We just programmed our Dakota digital gauges. They read perfect. That's a huge relief. to know that you're actually getting accurate information, to know that like, okay, my oil PSI is holding steady, you know, I've got good, I can read my coolant temperature and it's gonna read good. So the thing does great. You know, it might benefit from, and maybe we'll do this before we pick the winner, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little more sound deadening on the firewall. You can hear the IAC in that LS open up, and I think that's a little bit of an annoying noise. However, the truck is airtight. We're not getting any whistle, no whistle from the vent windows, which is one of those other things that I swear every truck we do, our vent windows whistle, and we always put a nickel or a quarter in there. Nice not have any whistling vent windows, but yeah, it drives straight down the road, super comfortable. This is the first time I've ever used those hydro shocks from Skyjacker. They're actually really nice. They kind of work like a steering dampener, where they're not, you know, they're not compressed, and you know, they kind of just open and close easily, but they work good. I'm not getting a lot of rebound. You know, they work pretty stinking good. So yeah, this thing's a blast to drive. Does not drive like a truck on 35s. Feels more like it's on 33s. Has good acceleration and shifts great, shifts smooth, and you know, we're cruising 45 miles an hour right now, no problems. And we'll get on the highway here soon and see how she does at 70. Something that we get a lot in the comments is, oh, you know, why don't you guys put a supercharger on it? You know, these trucks have to be good and reliable and safe because we're giving this to somebody. We can't give it to somebody and have it have, you know, issues left and right that come from a lot of horsepower upgrade. We built a truck that is a great middle ground, that will have plenty of power, and it's not like you're getting a dog, but you know, that you can still drive every single day and it's not gonna break down on you. The whole goal here is to give away these classics that are actually able to be daily drivers. Now, I know they never will be. Everyone always says that, like, oh yeah, when I win, you know, I'm gonna daily drive that bad boy. And it's like, let's be real, nobody is out there daily driving their classics, except for maybe my buddy Roman keeping it classic. He really does daily drive his classics. He's a beast. But you know, let's be real, we all have a work truck or something that we drive when we have to go run and grab parts. We want these trucks to at least have the ability to where if you wanted to daily drive it, you absolutely could. All right, we're back. Had a great time. Truck drove excellently. That was the maiden voyage. From that, you know, picked up a couple of other little, you know, we call them dingleberries, just little things that need to be tuned up and touched up. Besides, you know, those few little tiny things, this truck drives excellently. It was a blast to drive, a blast to go to little trails and take some nice pictures and videos of it. So we're back now. It's back safely stored away. It's nice and secure, ready to go to bed. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for participating. And if you're seeing this video before March 20th, 2022, we are giving away this Blazer, and you still have time to get entered. If you're seeing it afterwards, make sure you check us out at hodsonmotors.com for whatever new truck we're giving away. If you like this video and you want to see more classic truck content, giveaways, and all that kind of good stuff,